We're back with another week of football, and DraftKings Sportsbook is keeping us in all the NFL action with great offers every single game day. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bet. Throw 5 down on any of this week's epic matchups and walk away an instant winner. Football is more fun when you're in on the action, so download the app now and sign up with code Shannon. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bet. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL with code Shannon. The crown is yours. Hello. Welcome to another edition of Nightcap. I'm your favorite Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85, Chad Ochocinco Johnson. And let's jump right into it. The Dolphins dropped the 70 spot. They gave him a 50 nugget and a 20 and a 20 for free. 70 points, something I never thought I would see in an NFL game. And the Dolphins had an opportunity to kick a field goal, a 45, 46-yard field goal for the NFL record. Should Miami have gone for the record? Consider the NFL is 103, 104 years of age. You would have scored.
You know what? I think I would have. But I think Mike McDaniels, he made a statement. Mike McDaniels made a statement. That offense made a statement for all the Tua doubters, for all the offensive doubters on all the shenanigans they had to say about Tua and had to say about the offense or that team in general. The statement was made today. Would they be able to keep up with this? And the funny thing about it is the fact that they put up a 70 ball. I'm going to call it a 70 ball. They put up a 70 ball today. And you and I, not too long ago, we just talked about where you said how recent or how often does it happen that you have a 300-yard passer and a 200-yard rusher? And not only does it,
they had a 150-yard receiver.
And not only did it happen, guess whose team it happened against? Guess whose team? Let's ride, Bronco. What? Country Nation?
But you're a Bronco country.
Yeah. No country for old men. That's what it is.
The difference between you and I, I've never been under the illusion that the Broncos were Super Bowl contenders, that the Broncos were division winners. See, now, if Cincinnati were to get beat, what are the expectations for Cincinnati?
Oh, see, the expectations for Cincinnati are out that roof because that's what we consistently shown for the past 3 years. I understand where you're going with that.
I ain't got no, you see how I am? You see how free I'm going?
Yeah.
I ain't got no expectations.
Yes, sir.
See,
I got you. But wait a minute. You got to have expectations. You know why you got to have expectations? But you had someone that came in there with the Thor hammer coming down by the name of, what's the head coach name again? Sean Payton. He came in with Thor's hammer. This is how it's going to be. Nah, listen, Russell, that's not the way we're going to do things. You're going to do things my way. You're not going to do it how you've done it in the past. And what happened? You can't talk to me. Who's that fault? Because it showed when Russell Wilson fault. Who fault? Who you all going to blame? Russell going to play defense.
Here's the thing, Ocho. When you get 70 hung on you, that's telling you your entire organization from top to bottom isn't good enough. The person that picks the talent, the people that coach the talent itself isn't good enough. Because you got to think about it. Okay, Russell got an opportunity to score too. It's not like one team get to score 70 and you can only score 20. Russell could have gone out there and scored 70 also.
I mean, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
The Broncos put up points now.
20.
The Broncos put up points.
20.
Man, you know what? Maybe not to this. The game is evolving. The game has changed. If you score 20 all day, you should win the game.
Yeah. But they allowed
you
to
play
20
all day, you should win the game.
You was hoping to get you could hope. Defense scored. Right. We scored 20. Defense is going to do this now with the spread open. It's basketball on grass.
Right.
20 points. I mean, come on, man.
You're right.
But the thing is, look. We know what Miami possessed. See, I've never doubted Tua. The only concern should have been about Tua. Can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
That's the thing, Ocho, because seemingly every time he gets sacked, he hurt his knee, he hurt his ankle, or he hits his head on the turf, and then he has a concussion and he misses a game, or they bring him back in the game and it's lingering and he misses more time. He's shown that when given an opportunity to stay healthy, protected in the pocket, he can distribute the football.
Listen, his job is so easy.
Yes.
One of the things that people need to understand when it comes to coaches, when it comes to offensive coordinators, your job becomes extremely easy based on the personnel and the chess pieces you have to work with.
Yes.
What you have to work with. You know how they say players get coaches fired?
Yeah.
These are the kind of players or a team assembled in this manner that get coaches pay raises.
Yes. Well, it get coordinators head coaching jobs. So the offensive coordinator is now all of a sudden going to get a job. The receiver coach is going to become an offensive coordinator because you see the numbers that they're starting to put up. It was kind of like when Green Bay had Brett Favre. Look at all the coaches, the Mariucci's, the Andy Reid's, the Mike Holmgrens, all those guys. Even some of the defensive coordinators ended up getting jobs. Ray Lewis. Look at all the defensive people staff. From the Rex Ryan to the Mike Singletaries to the who else? Jack Del Rio, Marvin Lewis, Mike Smith, Mike Nolan.
Listen, it's just like Oprah. You get a job. You get a job. You get a job. Everybody gets an opportunity. So this is a great thing. This is a great thing for the Dolphins. But what do the Broncos go from here? What do the Broncos do from here? I'm asking you. This is a great question. I'm really not one that really asks the questions here. But what do the Broncos do from here?
Well, they don't have any choice. This is the roster that you have. This is the coaches. This is the team that you have. The Penner and the Walton family has spent an enormous sum of money. Money is not the issue. They purchased this team 2 years ago, and they gave Russell Wilson money when they didn't have to. They gave Sean Payton $18 to $20 million. To turn this thing around. Well, damn it, turn it around. Now, it's going to take some time because this tells me the talent that they have is not good enough, Ocho. Is you don't give up 70 points. You don't give up 70 points in an NFL game. 70 points is the most points since 1966. I was born in 68. I'm 55.
Yeah.
You weren't even thought of in 66. You was born in 78.
I was born in 68.
You was born in 78. As a matter of fact, you probably I'm thinking you probably born in 80.
I was born in 68, man, at Jackson Memorial Hospital at 308.
Well, you can say whatever you want to say. First of all, we both know you weren't born in no 68. So think about that. So that's what it tells me.
Right.
And see, me, I would have kicked the field goal because I do you a favor. See, when I beat you by a lot of points, Ocho, I tell you, your players aren't good enough. Your staff isn't good enough. See, if I beat you, if I kick a walk-off field goal, you actually think you had a chance. If I beat you by a touchdown, you say I got a chance. When I drop a 70 piece on you, that lets you know now ownership is looking at everything from top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Are they getting coached properly? Are they getting trained properly? Are they eating properly? Do we have the right personnel to do what's being asked of them? There's a lot more questions than answers.
The funny thing about it is what I want people to remember, that this is still the NFL. This is still the best of the best. This is still the 1% in the world that are playing at the highest level.
Yes.
The one thing I enjoy and love about the NFL is week to week, you can probably try to dictate games and who's going to win, but it's a toss-up every weekend. Outside of maybe 2 or 3 teams that will really dominate throughout an entire season and sometimes stumble up and lose, which happened to another team that we're going to get on later on in the show. But the Broncos are not as bad as what they displayed.
Yes, they are. How about this here? I'm going to give you a stat, Ocho, and you tell me.
Come on now.
Okay, I'm going to give you a stat.
Not that bad.
In their last 3 road games with 3 different head coaches, they've been outscored 148 to 58. 3 different head coaches, 3 road games. Now you tell me, go.
You know what? Sometimes numbers don't always tell the whole story.
Oh, the numbers tell the story. So if you got if I got 25 million in my bank account, you got $0. What the numbers tell you? I got 25 in my bank account, you got 0. So what's the number?
That's a lot.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
148, 3 different head coaches, last 3 road games. Now you tell me.
You know what? I'm sitting here. I'm digging real.
I know you are.
I'm looking for a positive in a way to twist it.
I anticipate.
I'm looking for one. I'm trying to find it. It's
see
very difficult.
I anticipated you was going to say, what's the problem? So now I got to be able to counter your question. Ocho, 70 points in an NFL game. Let that sink in. You just told me this is the best of the best. This isn't Alabama against a D2 or an FCS or a Division III team. This is supposed to be the top 1%ers.
It is, but remember, at times you have games like this. Maybe games like this where you don't get 70 hung on you, but you have 50 points, 55. Sometimes you have 60-point games.
Thank you.
But
it doesn't happen. Think about it.
It doesn't happen.
Me
so
personally,
I've never scored. It won't happen again for a while.
Let me ask you
a game like this won't happen.
Have you ever scored in your career? You played how many years? You played 12, 13?
Yes, sir. 12.
How many times did y'all score 50 points in your 13-year career?
I think 45 is the most we scored. No,
hold
50,
on, no.
50.
You scored 50. Okay.
Yeah. Against Cleveland.
I scored in my 14 years. The most I've ever scored is 48. They got 70. Yeah. And they had an opportunity for a field goal to score the most points in the 103, 104-year history of the NFL. So don't tell me that happens often, because in 140 years, there's only been a handful of times, maybe one hand, that a team has scored 70. So that doesn't happen often, Ocho.
But that's why I said it doesn't happen. I said it doesn't happen that often. That's why you won't probably see that from the Broncos defense again. That's why I said it doesn't happen often, because they are the best of the best. And what they're going to do is they're going to go back to the drawing board. They're going to make the necessary changes, see what went wrong, change what they need to do defensively. Because, again, how many times throughout a 17-game season are you facing the offense with Tyreek Hill?
No, that doesn't happen.
How many times are you facing a team with the speed of Robbie Anderson, Chosen Anderson, who comes in and goes for 69? They have a 4x1 team that can compete almost in the Olympics against any country outside of Jamaica and the USA. That's the kind of speed we talking about and dealing with. Speed kills, and the Dolphins showed that today.
Now, the last three, they had 3 road games. They've outscored 148-58. Only one of those games with the Dolphins. So the other 2 in which they've given up 78 points, what happened in that?
Don't do me like that, because you stumping me like the Schwab right now. Don't
because what I'm trying to tell you is that coaching is not is not where it needs to be. The personnel is not where it needs to be. Whoever put this team together and put the last couple of teams together is not good enough. And it's okay to let me ask you a question, Ocho. How many times do you got to go to a restaurant, get horrible service, and the food doesn't taste good before you realize, you know what? I need to stop bringing my ass to this restaurant because it's not for me. So how many times do the Broncos got to keep trotting teams out there and getting blown out before we realize this ain't what it needs to be?
You make the necessary adjustments. The personnel, you have the best of the best on that defense. You have the best of the best. Understand?
You got Pat Surtain.
That boy.
He can only cover one. Boy. Look, they got some okay pieces, but they can't consistently get to the quarterback. And when you don't get to the quarterback, unless you're Deion Sanders, you're not gonna hold up out there. The guys are too good. Because the reason why corner is so hard, Ocho, is because I'm asking you to do everything that a wide receiver does, but I'm asking you to do it backwards.
Oh yeah.
You see, people. I know this is before your time. Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire.
I remember Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire.
Okay, think this out. She had the hardest job because she had to mimic every move he did backwards, and she had to do it in heels and a dress. So her job was magnified. Right. So I'm asking DBs to do everything a wide receiver does, but do it backwards without the knowledge. At least they choreographed it that she could rehearse. I can't rehearse what that receiver is going to do because I don't know. I might have an idea, but I don't know 100%. For me, when I looked at the Broncos and I watched a large chunk of this game until I just couldn't stomach it anymore, they aren't talented enough to compete with the teams that they need to beat. It's really that simple. And I know the Penners. I know the Waltons. I've talked to them. This is unacceptable to them. But when you're the Walmart family and you're one of the biggest empires, losing is not in their vocabulary.
Yeah, but this is a different ball game. This is a different area that they're in. You might be able to win in business, but building a team and building a championship caliber winning team is completely different. That might be territory that you're unfamiliar with.
Let me ask you a question.
It's going to take time. You just said it's going to take time before we even started.
Time?
You just said that. Yeah, you said it's going to take time.
Let me ask you a question. So what person going to give Ochocinco $18-20 million and say, take your time and fixing it?
Well, if you're giving Ocho $18-20 million, you already know what you're getting when you pay me. You ain't gonna have to wait for me. I'm gonna deliver like Amazon.
I tell you what, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna break it down for you. Your little smart car, it got some things, and you pay a guy $5,000. He said it's gonna take some time. You say how much time? I don't know, but it's gonna take time. Nah, bro. Hey, see,
that ain't gonna work. Now when you say it like that, that's understandable. But listen, the way the NFL works in general, there are 53 players on the roster.
Right.
There's only so much you can do. You really can't make any specific moves right now. We in week 3.
Oh, you stuck.
You stuck.
There's nobody in this.
Exactly. There's no time. You can't hit the panic button because we got what 14 more games. You got 14 more games to go.
Yeah.
You go back to the drawing board and you do what you got to do, and you do what you do best.
Right.
You do what you do best, and you got to work with what you got. When you play cards, I don't even gamble like that. But when you play poker and you get your hand, what you got to do with that hand? When you play spades, what you got to do with that hand?
Looking at the Broncos' hand, I wish they could fold it. You ain't got to play it. Hey, they deal you them 2 cards. Sometimes they just go ahead and fold a hand. And if I'm playing spades, if I ain't got no spades, I throw my card. I throw my hand in. I ain't playing. But you got face cards. The name of the game is spades, and I ain't got any.
Right.
Unfortunately, in this situation, you're absolutely correct. There's nobody on the street that can help the Broncos out of this situation. All the help that they're going to get is within that locker room and those coaches. The coaches are going to have – you got to understand, Ocho, you've never been beaten like that. I've never been beaten like that. You got a 70 spot hung on you. Now, how does a coach come in front of you, stand on an apple crate or a cooler, and look you in your face and say, hey, guys, that was a tough one. We took that on the chin, but, hey, come in and bounce back. It's already hard when you lose by 10 or 14. Can you imagine losing by 50?
Yeah.
You got beat by 50.
But we in week 3. So there is time. There's plenty of time. And don't do this. Don't do this to me either. Now, there's plenty of time to turn this ship around. There's plenty of time to turn this ship around.
Ocho, think about it. A lot of times the team.
We in week 3.
But I'm telling you. But a lot of times you go through the whole season. And when you accumulate, when you add up the points you scored versus the points that you give up, it might not be 70. They gave up 70 in a game with 8 minutes to go. Theoretically, the Dolphins could have got a couple more touchdowns if they had not taken their foot off the gas.
They could have, but listen, them dudes in that locker room, I guarantee you this. Not only are they playing for the Broncos organization, like you putting your film, your name is on the back of them jerseys. Your name is on the back of them jerseys. So them boys definitely ain't finna lay down and ain't finna let nothing like that happen again. Because then then you become what happens when it's time for you to move on from the Broncos and you are part of that team that got 70 hung on you. No, they not going for that. They're not going for that because that's gonna stay with you forever.
Oh, no.
Stay with you forever. Oh, you was part of that Broncos team or that Broncos defense?
Yeah.
That got 70 hung on them? Let me turn the film on. Can I use you? Can you help my team?
Ocho,
that's part of your resume.
Ocho, you do realize that the losses linger longer than the wins. A loss hurts more than gratification in a win ever could. Because I won 3 Super Bowls after we lost to the Jags in the divisional round. And that loss still haunts me more, than any satisfaction I got from a win. They got their work cut out for me to get over this. Because think about it, Ocho. What's your most lopsided loss?
Lopsided?
Let's just say you lost. Let's just say you lost 40-10.
Right.
Ocho, they got beat by 50.
Yeah.
A 7 in an NFL game. That's a Madden score. I see people score 70 in Madden.
Wait, it's hard to score 70 in Madden unless you're playing on rookie mode. Now, if you're playing on rookie mode, you can put up 70. You playing on all Madden, you ain't putting what we saw today. And this is for the people. I'm a gamer. I play Madden. Okay. I'm a gamer, and I'm telling you now, if you are really good at the game, you might get 24 points or 28 if you're playing against somebody that is equally as good as you. Putting up a 70 ball, maybe if you're 5 years old, 2 little kids playing, then you put up 70. But ain't nobody putting up no 70 no Madden game.
So in other words, so what Ocho just told you, ladies and gentlemen the Broncos was on rookie mode. That's what you just said. The Broncos was on rookie mode. They got a 70-piece put on them.
Yeah, it was for me. It was. I felt bad for one, for Sean Payton, for Russell Wilson, for Pat Surtain.
I feel bad for the Broncos fans.
My nephew out there. Listen, all them boys. But I'm telling you, what's gonna happen is they're gonna turn around. They got plenty of time because you can't lay down. You can't lay down. You playing for more.
Well, I hope they get up because they laid down today. No, I need them to get up. I need them to get up now.
I'm telling you, you play ball. You know what it feels like to lose like that. Maybe by not that much, but they coming out swinging next week. Okay. You know they coming out swinging next week. I don't know if they're gonna connect, but they're gonna swing.
Go down swinging.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chicago traveled to Kansas City. The game was kind of overshadowed, not what was on the field, but what was up in the stands watching Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift was in the box with Travis Kelce's mom, Donna Kelce, cheering up. I don't know what they are. They might be an item. They might become an item. But all I know is when he caught that touchdown, she said, "Let's effing go.
Let's go." I like it.
So what was your thoughts? So you said, okay, Taylor Swift might come to the game. We know who she is. We know what she represents.
Oh, you know who Taylor Swift is. You know who that is, huh?
Oh, I know who Taylor Swift is.
But you didn't know who Selena Gomez was.
I know who she is. I don't know. Okay. I didn't know. I can't name any Taylor Swift song. Okay. That's not my genre of music. But I know who Taylor Swift is. I mean, she got her own. She got her own group. Like Beyonce have the Beehive. Taylor Swift got the Swifties.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
know. That's what I'm here for.
I know she's one of the biggest artists of our generation. I know that much. I understand her impact. She had a concert here in Cincinnati. Boy, the line. She took over the whole city.
I think she's sold out SoFi like three consecutive nights.
That man, listen.
And SoFi hold 80,000.
Yeah, she's one of the biggest. And I'm thinking.
Nobody can tour like her right now. Nobody can touch her. Like she's selling out everywhere.
Torn White. Well, I think if we talking about as far as Torn White, I think Beyonce might be the only one that's able to touch her as far as recognition globally and being able to track an audience regardless of where you go.
Yes,
up there like that. But the fact
I've seen Beyonce in concert. Now I've never seen Taylor Swift, but Beyonce. That thing crazy. That thing electric.
Listen, I already know she put on the show. And the funny thing about it, there are a few of the routines I can do by heart, but that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic. But listen, that is to beat Travis Kelce and have a mega star like that attend your game as opposed to the whole world thinking you guys today.
But we know why she attended the game because she's had opportunity to go. She's Taylor Swift. She can go. There's 15, 16 games going on every week. She ain't show up. She showed up in Kansas City. She's sitting in a box next to his mom. We know why she there. Well, and she's like, let's effing go. That my boo. That my baby did that. Y'all saw it.
You think she got excited when he scored that touchdown?
Yeah.
How often do you think she watched football?
I will be honest. I don't think she watches that much. Nah, she got too much. She got too much other ish going on in her life.
Too much. But the fact that she sat up there getting excited, like she knew what was going on. That's commendable. That is commendable. And just to have someone of that magnitude and that type of status to come watch you play, man. My hats off to Trav. Hats off.
Patrick Mahomes said, "I felt pressure to throw him a touchdown, considering
because she was in attendance."
Yeah, because everybody wanted him to. So let me ask you a question. When you were playing.
Oh yeah, I done had some come now. I done had some show up now.
You had a celebrity come, especially for you.
Hey, yeah, especially for me, boy. I had them coming, boy. Sugar had them coming now. Don't do me like that. Yes, Lord.
So who?
Hold on. I got my baby behind me, so I got to be careful.
No.
Got to be careful.
Look, we all got a pass. She understood who you were.
You heard Shannon, right? We all got a pass. Don't do that.
You boy, I tell you what, they should call you the bus driver because you sure drive over somebody. You quick. You heard Shannon, did you? This joker that ran over me and backed up.
You good. You good. Yeah, but
So, did any of your teammates? Did you or any of your teammates ever have a famous girlfriend?
You know what? Not really. Not really. Not to that. Not to her magnitude. Just
no. Hell no.
No, not to that magnitude, and it was almost impossible. Obviously, during my day, and I can be honest about this. The people that I dated were more so people that come from my background, come from where I come from, and understood what it took for me to get to this point. Most of us
didn't have the reach, Ocho. Right. We didn't have the reach these guys got now. Social media is a game changer,
right? And one of the things that I always did is I stuck to those that understood me. Right. So if I didn't have it all, if I didn't have nothing to offer, I would still have a chance with you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
So once I did make it, and once I did get a little money, I didn't veer off into a lane that I knew was well off my track.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to say it the right way without being rude or disrespectful. Right. Okay.
Yes, I get it.
I stayed in my financial lane.
Right.
I acted my wage. If that makes sense.
So let me ask you this. Who do you think, let's just say for the sake of argument, and that's what we're doing. Yes, we're not arguing, but we're having a conversation here.
Yes, sir.
Who would be the biggest sports power couple ever? We got Brady and Giselle, even though they're separated, divorced, excuse me. Russ and Sierra. You had Kim K and Chris Humphries.
Why not Kim K and Reggie Bush?
I was just going to go to Reggie Bush, also Miles Austin. D. Wade, Gabby Union, J-Lo, A-Rod, Justin Verlander, Kate Upton, David Beckham, Posh Spice, Victoria Beckham, Tony Romo, Jessica Simpson, Carmelo Anthony, Lala
Anthony.
So
the biggest you didn't even name the biggest. You didn't even name the biggest of the biggest. And who? I mean, LeBron James and Savannah.
No. But I mean, no, that's his wife. People don't look at Savannah as a celebrity like a Giselle, like a Jessica Simpson or Victoria.
Okay. I see where you're going with this. Well, obviously, a landslide. It would be Giselle and Tom.
Okay.
It would be. Giselle and Tom.
You think over David Beckham and Posh Victoria?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know.
Football, and
it's that.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Yeah, you're right. But still, listen. We talk about Giselle Bundchen.
Yes.
Miss earning $44 million.
Yeah. She was one of the original angels, one of the original Victoria, Vicky,
the top earning angel at that.
Yes,
that's a different ball game.
And so, let's just say for the sake of argument, her and Victoria are a push. Right. Now, where do you have David Beckham and Tom Brady? Because soccer is global. Football is really just North America.
You're right. But the funny thing, I'm glad you said that. Even though you said Tom Brady is still a global icon, even outside of the States, because of who he is.
You think Tom Brady bigger than David Beckham?
No, I didn't say that. Don't do that. I didn't say that, especially not on the other side of the world. But Tom Brady is still known to that magnitude.
He's huge. That's why he's on this list.
Game, but not bigger than David Beckham. David Beckham is a little notch right above Tom because of what he's done for the game in Europe.
Oh, but Tom is, and
that's top tier. That's a different world.
So who would be of the people that I named? Who would be two? I want to get your thoughts out there also. So comment. So I want Twitter and IG to get involved in this. Who do they think? Tom Brady and Giselle, Russ and Sierra, Kim K, Chris Humphrey, Reggie Bush, Miles Austin. Nobody's gonna remember who he is. D Wade, Gabby Union.
That's not nice. Miles Austin was a phenomenal receiver for the Cowboys,
bro. Outside of if you played and lived in Dallas, nobody's gonna know who Miles Austin was. He was a very good receiver. Good receiver. I think for this argument, let's kind of keep it specific. Justin Verlander, Kate Upton, David Beckham, Victoria, Posh Spice, Tony Romo, Jessica Simpson, Melo, and Lala. Is there anyone with? I mean, way back when Terry Bradshaw married JoJo Starbuck, I know that was way before you guys' time.
Yeah, that was before my time.
But I'm gonna go David Beckham and Posh Spice, Victoria Beckham. Now, I would say they would be one. I would say Brady and Giselle would be two.
Would be two, and then I would put D Wade and
Gabby
Union. Yeah. And then, Russell and Sierra are somewhat fresh as opposed to the longevity that Carmelo and Lala have had.
Right.
So I would put them, and then right up under them, then I would go with Russ and Sierra.
Okay.
That's about right? That makes sense.
Yeah. I think the thing is, like J-Lo and A-Rod, because J-Lo is an international also. J-Lo.
Okay, yeah.
J-Lo is ginormous because not only is she does music, she's in the movies. So that's what that kind of, man, the movies,
right.
That's what, because Sierra sings, music is a universal language. Everybody's can speak it. But the movies, I think, is where I would give J-Lo a nod. I think J-Lo is a little bigger celeb than Sierra.
She is. I mean, within her own right, and those it's so funny because when we talk about and try to compare these people, touch different demographics totally.
Totally.
Totally different demographics, but I mean they're both love in their own right. With respect to both of them.
Yeah. After seeing what transpired, look, everybody on this list is a quadrillion times bigger than Shannon Sharpe. I feel bad a lot of times if I go out and I take somebody, and because that's not, I don't really think they signed up for that. Now, some people like, okay, cool, I'm cool with that.
Right.
But every time, Ocho, I mean, sometimes even you want to go to the store and throw on some holy shorts and some flip-flops or some, some stuff. I don't want to have
that's what I look like anyway. I ain't put on no clothes for nobody.
I mean, I'm sure there are some women that says, what? Just one time I like to go out without a face full of makeup, with lashes.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think they won't now?
Let me tell you, they at that level, you always notice how when it comes to paparazzi, they always end up in the same place where the celeb be at. Like the celeb don't have their PR. Well, this is where we're gonna show up.
They didn't drop that hint.
Every time. If you don't want to be seen, it's very easy not to be seen.
Right.
It's very easy not to be seen. All that stuff is obviously it's planned. The relationships that are together, it makes sense. Obviously, business comes first before pleasure. And you understand that it, one hand feeds the other based on what you have going on in life, and that's just the way it works at that level. And then when it has run its course, that is normally when things break off.
Oh, what we forgot?
I'm just being honest.
We forgot one. We forgot Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker.
But
they dated for a minute.
Yeah, I think that was short-lived, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they had a nice little run. They had like a nice 24-month run.
No, I don't think it was that long. And I don't even know because I don't keep up with that area of dating and stuff like that. But I don't think there wasn't enough longevity. The people that we've just named and we talked about, they had a nice run.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Kim K and Chris Humphrey had that thing was 72 days.
Was it 72?
Yeah, man. I had Band-Aids on longer than that.
I think.
Man.
Listen, I can't. I don't want to say nothing wrong, man. It just.
But I like Kim K. I like Kim K because what she's been able to do, you can say whatever you want to say about her. You can say she don't look good or she don't do this and this and that. All I know is that she's been
best business. Man, listen. Wait, speaking of, where we going with this? You throwing?
No, I ain't doing nothing. There you go, bro. Bro, every time I give somebody kudos, bro, I ain't trying to holler at nobody.
Okay, I'm just saying that. That's
bro. Listen, I stay in my lane. Stay in my lane.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, you okay? I'm just making sure. Just let me know now. Let me know. Okay.
Back in the day, now being Corey might have the butt head. I might have to see Corey and see what's up. Nah, man, I'm good over here, man. I'm good. I'm just tripping. Okay. No, hold on. This is you, because you've been doing all this talking. The Cowboys fall 28-16 to the Cardinals.
Whoa.
The Arizona Cardinals beat the Dallas Cowboys. You remember that vaunted and that historic defense that you was just preaching about for the last 2 years. What happened?
Yeah. And don't forget me and also talking about how well they played the first 2 games. And I said again, week to week, this is the NFL. And you never know what's going to happen.
What did I tell you?
And week out.
What did I tell you?
I did say that.
What did I tell you? I said, Ocho.
I didn't say they were going to go undefeated. I just said they have a great defense. And they've showed that. It's on paper. Statistically, that's what it is.
You do realize the Giants have won 1 game. You realize the Jets have won 1 game. Right. The Arizona Cardinals had won no games coming into this game. I ask you a simple question, as I ask America. What happens when your defense doesn't get scooping scores or pick sixes? What happens when your special teams doesn't get touchdowns or your defense pitch a shutout or get 7 or 8 sacks? Now, I told you your offense. I said, look at your red.
That's offense a game that has to pick up the slack.
And what did I tell you? I told you, remember I told you red zone offense? You say, but it was raining. I said, well, it wasn't like the Giants were playing in a tent. And then I said, well, okay, what about the Jets? You say, well, the Jets got a great defense. Okay, now I want you to tell me 1 for 5 in the red zone today against Arizona. Go. What did Arizona have?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Hey, the fair is where you go get candy apples, eat cotton candy, ride the merry-go-round. That's what the fair.
You understand that the opposing team, the Arizona Cardinals, them players, they get paid too. You know that, huh?
Do you realize?
They get paid millions of dollars too to stop the opposing team. They were able to do that today.
Do you know how long Joshua Dobbs has been in Arizona?
You know how long Joshua Dobbs been playing the quarterback position and hadn't had very many opportunities, but he's making the most of the one he has now?
Say it again. So a guy that hadn't played very much in the NFL, hadn't had no opportunities, but just beat a historically great defense. Is that what you're telling me?
America's team. Yes, he had it. Listen, a squirrel get his nut every so often.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from what the Arizona Cardinals did today, but are we praising them as if they're going to make a Super Bowl run because they beat the Cowboys today?
No.
Listen, I never said the Cowboys were going to go undefeated and do all this stuff.
But what I've been trying to tell you,
even keel, week in and week out, you never know what's going to happen.
No, but what I was trying to explain to you and others, I say your offense, I say your defense is hiding in inefficiencies and inequities of your offense. You just spoke because 40-0. They had scored 70, the other team had 10. But you didn't realize that Dak Prescott had only counted for 14 points.
14 points, yes,
whoa, Shannon, you a hater. Nah, Shannon, just give it to you unfiltered.
Yeah, but also, remember what I said.
Yes.
At the beginning of seasons, a lot of these players don't play in the preseason.
Yeah.
And I said, by the time for offenses, it takes time to gel, get that time.
Well, then why did it happen in Miami? So how Miami keep on hanging up all these points? Miami averaging 40 points a game.
Man, I could average 40 points a game too if I had a 4x1 team.
Look,
hey, you listen to me, Shannon. Can you throw the ball? Can you just be efficient?
Not anymore. I'm too muscly.
Let's say when you're younger, and if you were,
I can throw the ball. Yeah, I can throw it.
Imagine I can put you in place of Tua with that offense you got around him and that running game that you have, and you would be able to facilitate the ball the same way he does and put up those same numbers.
Ocho.
So it's easy when you have that kind of supporting cast around you. You got to let them boys get their timing up, man. I'm telling you, that team's gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. Week 4, week 5 is when every team hits their stride. I guess you're gonna say there's something wrong with the Bengals too. Think about it. It's something wrong with the Bengals offense too, huh?
What's wrong with your offense is your quarterback
is with the Bengals offense?
Okay, you better hope your quarterback.
Is Dak ding? Dak ain't ding, right?
No,
nothing wrong with that.
See,
so what is that telling you? What is that telling you?
Because
I got a lot of time for offenses to get in a rhythm and get their timing.
You've seen 7 years of Dak in this Cowboys offense. What haven't you seen? What more do you? At 7 years is a large sample size. There are medical studies that don't take 7 years and they get evaluations. You got 7 years, 16 plus games and playoff games to evaluate Dak properly.
Did you hear the key
word?
Did
you see that interception he threw?
Did you say yeah?
Did you see that interception? Tell me who he was throwing it to. Now there were three red jerseys around it and one white. Now I want you to tell me which guy you think came down with the ball.
The middle linebacker that was watching Dak's eyes the whole way.
Yeah, Dak was watching him. He watching Dak. So why you throw that ball, Ocho?
So where was the ball supposed to go? Where would you want the ball to go? Where would
not
you
to the
like
other
the
team
ball to go?
Well, normally, like when we practice, let's try to throw it to the guys that have on the same color jersey as we do. Because like the scout team, they're going to have on the red jerseys or the jersey, the color of the team that we play in. So what we try to do is not to throw it to them.
Dak was in a position he's trying to score as fast as possible. There were 3 minutes and some change on the clock. I'm trying to get a touchdown as fast as possible to get my defense back out there because I believe my defense can get us the ball back and I can put together
that defense that Joshua Dobbs and James Conner go and Rondale Moore go up and down the field.
Yes,
that defense.
That one. That all it takes is to get a score there. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna play hypothetical. I'm gonna be very hypothetical.
Let's do that.
Hypothetical situation. Let's say Dak squeezes that ball in. He catches that. They get the ball back. And that Cowboys defense goes out and 3-and out the Cardinals.
Hold on. Think about what you just said. When they got
it didn't happen. I'm just saying, what would have happened? What if?
Okay. Hold on. No. Under that scenario, I would have when they got that interception, I would have needed the Cowboys to go 3-and-out to make your point valid. Because what did the Cardinals do? They ran the time off the clock. They ran the timeout. So the Cowboys offense never touched the field again. Under what you just said, the Cowboys defense would have needed to produce a 3-and-out for you to say, had Dak scored, because even they didn't score, and the Cowboys defense didn't get the ball back for them.
In a hypothetical situation, I think the circumstances would have been different. Had the Cowboys scored on that play,
hypothetically,
I think
you like hypotheticals? Hypothetically,
no, I don't because it already happened. I'm just trying to find a positive to keep the Cowboys fans happy. And
I like hypotheticals too.
You know what's funny? The Cowboys.
What?
You know what I like about the Cowboys? Or the media in general, Stephen A., you and others, the Cowboys are going to be in contention no matter what happened as a result of today's game. They're going to be in the playoffs.
Yes.
They're going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to have a great regular season no matter what.
But you know
that's going to happen. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You think about what you just said. All the things that you said are true. Why it hurts so much when the Cowboys falter is because their fan base has set these ginormous expectations.
Whoa, is it their fan base? Is it their fan base?
Their fans are delusional.
Is it their fan base, or is it their owner that's always in front of the camera that says these things?
Hold on.
That puts the pressure
on their owner is only one person. The Cowboys will have five of the 10.
The face.
Face. He loves that. But the Cowboys will have 5 of the 10 most watched games. So their fan base, there's no bigger following than the Cowboys fans. And so that's why when
they're America's team. They have the moniker of America's team for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought we liked winners, and they hadn't won anything in 27 years. Think about how many championships New England has won since then. How many have my homeboy won, or the Broncos have won? So at some point in time, you don't get to hang on to a name forever.
Well, it's still working.
I guess you do.
There are very few teams that can move the needle when it comes to the media side of things.
Nobody moves the needle. No. Nobody moves the needle
like the Cowboys. Bingo. There's your answer.
Nobody moves
the needle like the Cowboys. Nobody moves the needle like the name LeBron James. Nobody moves the needle like who else? Who else is a needle mover? I'm talking about for clicks, for people, for eyes watching. Just
with football, it was Brady. It was Brady.
Brady. Oh yeah, most definitely move the needle.
Yeah,
that's just the nature of the business. It's the way it is.
Yeah. Or you talk about in soccer, you talk about Messi, or you talk about
Messi
Ronaldo.
Or Cristiano. Yeah. They move the needle. It's just the way it is, especially in a negative light.
You do realize in the last 2 games, the Cowboys have gone 3 for 11 in the red zone.
We had to talk.
Fixable.
That's fixable. And you do know when you get to the red zone, it becomes that much more difficult to score. Just FYI.
So why? So what you just said is fixable. So if it becomes that much more difficult, why do you make it seem like it's so fixable then?
Well, it's fixable because all you got to do now is score from 30 on out. You don't have to worry about nothing.
Oh, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, huh?
Yeah.
So scoring in the NFL is easy, huh?
No, I'm not. What shoot at the points they put in the Dolphins just show you it's easy.
No, nah, if you look at the Dolphins were hitting on their heads on the goalpost from 60 and 70. they weren't even getting in the red zone. They was running through the red zone.
Wait a minute. Now we got some dogs over there in them Cowboy jerseys that can do the same thing. CeeDee Lamb could do the same thing. Michael Gallup is very efficient in intermediate and short routes. Yeah. We do have a speed burner in Mr. Cooks, don't we?
Yeah.
We do have a burner too now. Don't do that.
Look,
I'm talking about we. I'm sorry.
CD has played really well thus far this year. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he would like to get those opportunities like a Justin Jefferson or like a Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen got 18 targets today, caught 50. Mm-hmm. No, he caught 20. He had 20 targets, caught 18 balls for 215. I don't know what it is, but Gallup and Dak hadn't got on the same page yet. And I think that needs to happen. So now that opens up CD a little bit more. I think he and Cooks need to get on the page a little better. But they're running the football. Pollard has done a great job running the football. They had a nice run game considering they had three of their starting offensive linemen out. I mean, there's nothing to complain about as far as running the football. Dak just has to do a better job once he gets that team into the red zone of getting the ball into the end zone.
Well, also we can't put everything on Dak because also the plays that are called, maybe the plays that are being called aren't efficient enough to make scoring really easy. Sometimes you don't have to complicate things when you get in the red zone. Make it simple, understand the defense tendencies, and change up what you're doing as opposed to not what people are used to seeing. And then you'd probably get in the end zone a little bit more.
Ocho,
you got to be creative.
Why you study? Creative. Let me ask you a question. Why you study film?
Simply because tendency. So I know.
Thank you.
So I know what to expect on down and distance.
Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden now you want a team to get into the game and break all the tendencies what they've been doing all year long. They might. We talked about this. They might break one or two. But they're not going to break. They're not going to junk their whole game plan.
Well, again, you don't have to not junk your whole game plan, but you want to know why you're 3-11 when you get in the red zone because you're not chaining up the goddamn tendencies, and the teams you're playing defensively know what you're going to do once you get from the 20 inside. Then you just answered your own question. I'm not even a coordinator, and I can tell you.
All I'm gonna say is this: sometimes it's not debate you're using. It's the fisherman. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Don't do that. I'm
gonna leave it at that.
Don't do that.
I'm just leaving it at that.
Listen, there's no better fisherman out there than the one you got right now. How about that?
Are you
there
sure
ain't no better fisherman. Oh yeah. Sure? Show me one.
Sure?
Show me one. Name one. Ain't nothing out there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because all you're gonna do is go get another fisherman, and you're gonna make the situation even worse.
No. I'm just saying. So let me ask you a question. If we were to rank Dak, you think Dak's the top 10 quarterback?
Why do I have to rank him? I don't like putting numbers on people.
Because that's what we do.
Dank is a valuable quarterback to that Dallas franchise.
All of them valuable. What quarterback isn't valuable? It's only 32 spots available and starting.
Listen,
you want a 32.
You know how difficult it is to find a quality quarterback in the NFL?
That ain't got nothing to do.
How difficult it is.
That's America's team. They got the most valuable.
Yeah, wait. I have a question. Quick question for you.
I got a quick answer.
Is there another quarterback? Is there another quarterback that isn't on the team right now that can replace Dak and the Cowboys will still be a contender?
No.
Thank you. Period. So discussion is over. Discussion is over. There's no need. There's no need to critique or ask him, is he top 10? Because he gives the Cowboys their best chance to win.
And what chance is that?
Thank you.
Considering the last 7 years, what chance is that? Over the last 7 years, what have you seen?
I've seen the Cowboys being contention every time and have
what insanity is? You know what insanity is?
But they fell short. But they fell short. They fell short. But every year we have another opportunity at it, and that's what they got this year. Another opportunity at that Lombardi.
Doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result. Why do you think Tom Brady does the exact same thing every year? Because he's been successful. Why do you think LeBron James does the same thing every year? Because he's been successful.
I like that. I like that analogy. And I don't like the fact that you use two of the biggest icons that have been successful.
No, but
Don't do
what
that.
I'm
That's not
saying
fair.
is what I'm saying.
I have no comeback for those two. There's nothing I can say.
What about Pat Mahomes, boy? He any good?
Oh yeah, he's great. He's great. But he also no disrespect.
Zach. Jets fall to the Patriots 15-10. The Jets are so bad, the man was screaming and his teeth fell out his mouth. The man dentures fell. He had to catch them things. He's basically saying, Zach Wilson, you suck. Now, you told me. Now, Ocho, we had this thing. I said, Ocho, it's a bad feeling. I say, guys in the locker, you see, you can fool the media, you can fool the fans, but you know everybody in that locker room that could play. And no matter what the media said, no matter what the fans said, you know, man, that guy can't play. That guy got y'all fooled. Zach Wilson can't play. His teammates don't believe in him. They don't.
You know, Zach Wilson today, you know, he played against probably the greatest coach to ever coach, one of the greatest defensive minds. Do you know who Zach Wilson played against today? He also played against a division. Listen to me. He played against a divisional opponent that is very familiar with what the Jets like to do. Those tendencies that I'm talking about. You know what Bill Belichick is great at doing? Taking away your number one weapon, confusing a young quarterback like Zach Wilson and making a game difficult for him to win.
At what point
that is what you saw today. That's what you saw today.
You know that's
what you saw today.
This is what I see. I see you continuously make excuses because when it lost to the Cowboys, listen,
I didn't make an excuse. I'm just speaking facts because I watched the game.
But hold on. If you're the quarterback, you got to get past that. You can't say, well, he lost because it was a great defense. Oh, a great coach. He lost because it's a great defense. At what point in time are you supposed to win some of these games?
It's a team sport, right?
Yes.
It's a team sport. It's a team of 11 guys on each side of the ball doing their job as one
Ocho.
Unit, one band, one sound to get the job done.
That defense gave up 13 points. That defense gave up 13 points. What was Zach Wilson on third? What was Zach Wilson on third down? Hold, let me get this stat right quick.
What was he? Because y'all ain't finna talk about my dog like he the problem.
Oh, he the problem. Because here's the thing. If he's the answer, I question the question that you're asking. Now, if you're asking who's the quarterback for the Jets, Zach Wilson is the answer. But anything outside of that, 2 of 14 on third down. 2 for 14. What was he the previous week? 2 of 11? See,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
2 for 14 and 2 for 11. Were people getting open?
All I know is I saw the man sack himself.
Were people getting open?
So now Garrett Wilson ain't getting open. Now you just told me Garrett Wilson dude.
I said Garrett Wilson is this dude. What is Bill Belichick? I'm glad you said that. What is Bill Belichick's greatest thing at doing when he plays a team? Taking away they best what? And you know this. He take away their best what?
He tried to make you one-dimensional. He tried to whatever you're good at, he's gonna take it away.
Just take Garrett Wilson out the picture because the defense, when the defense for the Patriots line up, wherever Garrett Wilson goes, whichever side of the ball he goes to, the defense lines up based on his alignment. So he's out the picture. So that leaves everybody else. Y'all got to come to play. Next man up.
He was one of 10
he's not going to beat us.
Right. But here's the thing. You got a nice running.
I need everybody else to play their part.
Ocho.
We're not going to sit here and blame Zach Wilson. I need y'all to help my quarterback.
Ocho.
I need y'all to help my quarterback.
They don't believe in him. They don't believe in him. And you know it.
Listen to me. Listen to me, please, real quick. Maybe I'm just built different. Maybe the way I think, if I have people let's say if I play for the Jets right now.
Yes.
Let's say if I play for the Jets.
Okay.
Stay with me, please. And I'm not trying to be funny. I ain't making no joke because now I'm talking football. If I play for the Jets, I would love to be in this situation right now where people don't believe in Zach Wilson. Because I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you on Sundays. whenever we play. I'm gonna show you. Zach, come hell or high water. I got you.
Ocho.
I need those. I need the
Ocho.
receivers in that room.
Ocho.
It's easy. It's easy to flip the script on what's going on with Zach.
Ocho.
I need y'all. You got to win for him. You got to.
Ocho.
You got to win for him.
You do realize the organization traded first-round picks for another quarterback. Now, let's just say for the sake of argument, you're there and they draft two receivers. They draft one receiver in the first round 1 year and another receiver, or they go out in free agency and sign a big-time free agency. Do they still believe in Ochocinco? Yes or no?
I don't like that hypotheticals. Don't put me in that situation because I wouldn't be in it. I don't like that.
You love hypotheticals.
Listen to what I'm saying. Okay, so remember I told you about organizations and teams right now, offensive coordinators, Robert Saleh, understanding the weaknesses that your quarterback has. How do we mask his weaknesses?
You can't.
You can whatever weaknesses it may be. Let's find ways to simplify things.
You know what, Ocho?
Make the offense more efficient.
Ocho.
You have Garrett Wilson, you have Lazard, you have Cobb, you got Breece Hall. There's no reason you should be 2 for 11 or 3 for 14 under any circumstances with what you had to work with over there.
You know what, Ocho?
No reason.
Ocho, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do it like this here. I'm going to invite you to enough events. I'm going to make you bring that ugly girl to the dance. I'm going to make you play that quarterback. I'm going to stop that run, and I'm going to make him participate in this game. So I'm going to invite you to a wedding. I'm going to invite you to a baby shower. I'm going to invite you to a dance. I'm going to invite you to a family function. I'm going to invite you to a party. I'm going to invite you to, guess what, the Christmas party at the office. I'm going to make you show that girl. I'm going to make you show that girl that you've been dating, that you've been hiding. The world gonna see her. And so if I'm a defensive coordinator and I'm playing the Jets, I'm gonna make that ugly girl show her face. And Zach Wilson is that girl.
The game of football, week in and week out, between the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, is nothing but a chess match. Nothing but a chess match. You're not finna sit and tell me my chess pieces over in New York are better than the chess pieces over in New England. I'm rocking with the set. I'm rocking with the Jets.
You just told me Coach Belichick is going to take away. Now
Belichick ain't on the field. Belichick ain't on the field.
Now he ain't.
Belichick ain't out on the field. No, you're not listening to me. He's not on the field. I'm talking mentally for the players that's on the field.
Yes.
There ain't nothing you doing finna stop me. Mentally. Everybody has a way they feel about Zach. For the simple fact, I'm finna show y'all ain't nothing wrong with this man. I'm winning every time for Bull. Every time. Every time I'm getting open on everything. Zach, if you need somewhere to go with the ball, first down, I'm here. Second down, I'm here. Zach, if you want to switch up the play and call something that you might see, switch it up. I got you.
Let me ask you a question. When Coach Belichick came into this game today, it's going to be raining it's going to be start mist. It's going to start spitting. It's going to start spitting. A little rain going to start coming. What you think Coach Belichick's number one priority was? Stop the run. I want the ball in Zach Wilson's hand. That's where I want the ball. I want it in his hand. I do not want him putting the ball in Breece Hall's and Carter's and Dalvin Cook. I don't want them to get 40 touches.
Hey. So basically, you telling me they stacking the box, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me, right?
That's what
basically
I'm telling you.
They stacking the box, right? And they rolling the safety on the side with Garrett Wilson, and they got somebody in Garrett Wilson's face. So what we got to do on the other side of the ball, that receiver? What we got to do?
It don't matter what
we got to do for Zach, so we don't have to be 2 and 11 or 3 for 14. What we got to do as receivers for Zach Wilson to make sure we can get the media and the other pundits to stop talking shit about our quarterback? What we got to do?
What he got to do? See what you keep saying?
Go out there and win for him.
What does he got to do? At what point in time is it I tell you what, when it come time to go to the bank, it ain't no we, it's I. Now you keep telling me what is he going to do? That's what I need you to tell me, because I have yet to hear you offer an honest assessment to say this is what Zach needs to do. You keep talking about Garrett Wilson. You keep talking about Breece Hall and Carter and Dalvin Cook. What about him?
I have a question.
Oh, yes, I got an answer.
Question.
Yes.
Let me further dissect the film, not the TV copy, the real film, so I can get a better assessment so I can answer this the right way. Because I'm watching the TV copy just like you watching.
Yes.
I'm watching TV copy just like you watching and understanding based on what I can see what's going on. But for me to get in depth and get a better understanding on what's going on and why it's happening, I'm somewhat just taking an educated guess, obviously.
Yes.
Based on what I'm seeing on why he's 2 for 11 or 3 for 14.
Ocho.
When you're 2 for 11 and 3 for 14, that means because there's nowhere for you to throw the ball. There's
well,
nowhere
because
for you to throw the ball.
Thing. If I keep what I try to do, and obviously you want to try to keep a team in 3rd and long. You let a team get 3rd and 3. You let keep teams getting in short down. And you want 3rd and long.
For 3rd and long.
Ocho, what made you great was your ability. Not only was you technically sound as far as running route, you could process information. You could see something and instantaneous knows where you wanted to go and where you needed to be. How well is he processing it properly? He looks, because a lot of times all I'm trying to do is give you an illusion of what you think you're going to get, and I'm never going to give you that. So I got pre-snap tendencies, but I'm looking around like, I know what the pre-snap is telling me, but from this alignment, in this down and distance, in this area of the field, with this formation, that ain't what y'all normally do. Y'all josh it with me. Y'all normally go. I know y'all come out here in a shell coverage or you come out here in quarters.
Right.
But I believe y'all going to go to what y'all normally do, which y'all probably going to go to cover 6. And y'all probably going to kick it, which is cover 2 one side, quarters on the back side. So I'm going to anticipate that, and I'll react to anything else you possibly give me. So the ability to process that information quickly. Okay, I get a rush. I get away from the rush. I get my eyes down. Immediately, I got to get back up. Now, I know where they was going with the football. I know I had a comeback. I had an over. I had a dagger route or whatever the case may be. Now I got to try to pick those up, Ocho. Something isn't firing. There's a disconnect somewhere because it seems like every time he's a deer in headlights.
Well, maybe because he's getting hit every time he dropped back. I would be a deer in headlights too after always getting hit over and over and over. Listen, I don't have an answer. I'm just going to be honest. I don't have an answer for what's going on with them in New York, but I do know I've heard about the offensive line. I've heard rumblings about the offensive line, and there's some people have always said, even when Aaron Rodgers was in there early on, he also had issues with getting hit early because of the offensive line. That could play some type of factor, and it would mess up. It would also mess up the processing when you got to think about somebody sacking you before you can get into your goddamn drop.
I think the thing is, though, what Aaron would have been smart enough, and where he messed up, that was a 3-step drop. And on a 3-step drop, Ocho, whatever side you work, you got to stay that side or let it go. Ain't no way you can go, I got a 3-step drop, I'm looking right, and then all of a sudden I'm going to try to come back. It's too late. Guy going to get you.
Right.
And so 3rd and 3 or 24 on 3rd down, the Jets got some work because Buffalo seemed to getting their traction, and we know what Miami represents, and we just saw the Patriots just beat them. So right now they got an uphill climb to make. Tomorrow, it's a big day for you and your family. You're going into the Ring of Honor, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Anthony Munoz, is Ken Riley and Ken Anderson. Are they the only 3? Is this 3?
I think Big Willie, Isaac Curtis.
Okay.
Isaac Curtis.
Big Willie, Isaac Curtis.
Big Willie, Anthony Munoz, and
Ken Anderson.
I think Ken Anderson. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you're going to be the 5. You one of the first 5. So are you nervous? What does this moment mean to Ocho?
I mean, when I think about it, it really hasn't hit me yet. It hadn't hit me yet. Obviously, the fact that the Bengals are honoring me and let me know what they think of all I've done for the organization. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, all the work I put in. It means a lot, but it still hasn't hit me yet. It'll probably hit me tomorrow night just to see that name go in that stadium, and I will revert back.
That's forever.
That's forever. I revert back to I wasn't even supposed to get to this point. Statistically, the the optics, the illusion of even making it to the NFL based on where I come from. It wasn't supposed to happen. So the fact that I was able to overcome all the stuff throughout my childhood and actually get to this point, man, is crazy. It's crazy. It's a lot of stuff I wouldn't talk about or bring up, but man, it don't seem real, and it ain't hit me yet. It probably hit me tomorrow.
So you got anything special? Because when I went to the Ring of Honor, I skydived into the stadium. That's what I did.
You skydived?
That's what I did. What part did you get? I skydived from 14,000 out of a plane.
You for real?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I ain't man. I don't.
Oh, you scared? Now look at it.
Listen,
now look at all of a sudden.
Listen, that's one thing. I don't play in the air. I don't play in the air because ain't no telling what that parachute might want to do when I choose to get on there and try to jump out that plane. That ain't happening. But it's a Monday night game, and I can't parachute.
Like you tell me, you gotta live a little bit. You gotta live. I'm gonna let you. Hey, I want you to live. I want you to get outside of your shell.
Listen, but that's something I don't like. I want you come with me to Cabo and swim with killer whales in the wild.
Oh, so you want to be right next to the killer whale?
Now I'm gonna be in the water, in the wild. They don't attack humans in the wild. It'll be some good moments.
Just by look, they attack humans in the wild. Then what? I'll be that one, like you said that.
But listen, you go out the way you want to, like a legend.
No, I don't want to go out there. I want to be a legend. Shadow was attacked by killer whales. That ain't nothing on my appetite. I want that on my.
You see what I mean? Why don't you live a little? See, I don't want to parachute out. I don't want to parachute out no plane.
Hey, I lived. I came and made an entrance. Think about it. Nobody ever gonna top that one.
Yeah, they're not gonna top it, but it just the fact that it's me in that walk. When I have on them slacks, I'm having them slacks and nice little shirt.
Yeah, you nice slacks. Hey, your 175-pound frame. I mean, you gonna be sharp.
175.
Yeah, 175.
I'm gonna be sharp. I'm 205. But listen, I'm gonna be sharp. I can't
let me
wait.
tell you. You know how I know you don't weigh 205? Because when you walk, your back pockets shake hands. You got to be at least 200 pounds for your back pockets not to shake hands when you walk. Your back pockets shake hands because you're $160.
Well,
you walk. When y'all see you walking, back pocket shaking hands. That's how small he is.
Listen, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying you.
Okay, you'll see. I'm gonna be sharp though. I'm gonna be sharp.
So
I'm gonna be sharp.
Are you gonna be
every bit of 205?
I think. Are you gonna become emotional when you give that speech? Because, like you said, the statistics said that Ocho wasn't supposed to be here. Kid from Liberty City, the impoverished community.
Liberty City.
Wrote off, you're not going to amount to anything. Look at where you are. How you going to do this? Nobody from Liberty City has done this before. What makes you think you're going to be different?
You know what? I'm the only one. Well, there are others that are doing it that's in the league, but I might be the first. To have something like this happen. Oh, that's crazy. But I'm not gonna cry because the glands that I have in my body that allow tears to come, it ain't there. I had those taken out.
You taking them out? Your tear ducts. Your tear ducts are gone.
Yeah.
That's what they call tear ducts.
I took them out. Well, I had surgery a long time ago. Why are you laughing?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you don't know because you haven't been in that moment. When you hear 70,000 fans and they're saying, and you see them drop that, and you see your name, Chad Ochocinco Johnson, 85, and from this year to this year, and the fans are Ocho, all that what your mom has done to help you get to this moment.
Grandma.
Your grandma, your kids are gonna be behind you. That when they go back and their grandkids and their kids and your grandkids go back to that stadium and they see that's Papa up there.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm probably Ooh. Hey,
it's different.
That's
and you
crazy.
See your kids because my daughter started crying. So now all of a sudden she starts to feel emotion. So anytime my kids start to cry,
then when they just start flowing,
it's a wrap for me.
I'm gonna tell them. Make sure y'all hold tight. Daddy don't want to become no meme. Y'all hold tight for me. Daddy don't want to become no meme. Yeah, I can't. I probably will. But I'll do my best to hold it in and taking that moment. And you don't understand how dope that is, though, Shannon, for real. And people
Yeah.
that are watching, if you understand my story, if you understand where I come from during that time, during the 80s and early 90s in Liberty City, man, boy, it's hard. Shannon, it's only two ways out, boy. It's either the streets or sports. There was no other alternate. Because I wasn't finna be no academic scholar. That ain't me. I'm just being honest.
Right.
I think, man, the grandma, and my mama, man, especially my grandma, man, did a hell of a job. I really wish those two could have been there. And that would probably be what hurt the most.
Okay. Let's end on this one. The Buffaloes, Coach Prime, take their first loss on the road at Oregon. And we heard Coach Lanning's, Oregon's head coach, pregame speech. They're doing what they do for clicks. We're doing what we do for wins. What did you make of the pregame speech, or are you okay with it?
I love Prime, and what Prime has always done, and what he's never done, is he never changed. He's always been loud and boisterous about how he feels and what he feels, but he's never taken shots at another team, other coaches. What he's done is he's always lifted up his own players, himself, and whoever it is he's a part of at that time. Never say anything about another school's football program. His message has always been about people doubting his team,
him and his
what
team.
they can do. That's it.
Right.
That is it. And what scares these coaches at this level, Power 5 schools, powerhouse schools, whatever it may be, these coaches need Deion the field. People home watching this, listen to me close now. I ain't gonna preach too often. They need Deion the field because they know recruiting is 90% of the game at this level. And who's not gonna want to come play for Prime? Right. Who's not gonna want to come play for Prime?
I agree.
And it doesn't matter, because in that press conference, Prime said one thing: y'all get your wins now and take advantage, because I'm still coming. Because he understands what he was able to do in such a short amount of time. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning for him, because the recruits, they coming.
Right.
They coming.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem, because we've all been a part of coaches that have said things. They've made those guys on the other side look like murderers and drug dealers and whatever the case may be, whatever to get us in a fever pitch, to make us want to climb a wall. Oregon should be the last team, considering they got 17,000 combination of uniforms, and it was all about clicks. It was all about likes, because they weren't winning any games. The problem that I have, I think a lot of it is that when I started seeing on Twitter, is that I think Oregon and Coach Lanning speaks for all of us, or they're doing this for the greater good, and that's coded. Yeah,
you saw that tweet.
Of course,
you saw that tweet. I didn't even want to get into the racial undertone of some of the tweets that were being said. What do you mean, Oregon?
It speaks for us.
Daniel speaks for us. What does us mean?
Us mean?
It's the undertones.
And the funny thing about it, Ocho, this goes back to probably Jack Johnson. Goes back to Muhammad Ali. Black confidence drives a lot of people crazy. Oh yeah, because they want black people to, like, you got a job, you make money, you got this position. Shh. So when Muhammad Ali spoke about it, I'm heavyweight, I'm beautiful, I'm the greatest. How dare you? You don't supposed to do that. When Jack Johnson did what he did, so they try to find ways to silence it. So when Prime says, when he was, but like he said, y'all ain't competing against me, y'all competing against my team. Yeah. Yeah. So y'all try to take these little personal barbs at me, and I ain't got no problem. But then he got to halftime. I hope everybody that's been watching college football still watching. I'm like, bro, really? Yeah. That's how you really feel about that.
But it's the thing about it. Prime is built for this.
Of course.
Prime is built for that. Yes. They've always talked about Prime because he's always been this way. So he understands
always been this way.
He understands what comes with the territory. And the funny thing I want people to understand about this also, because you've already mentioned Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali, on the way they carried themselves. This isn't a Deion issue. This isn't about Colorado. This is the issue with whoever is up and winning at that specific moment and in time, and getting all the praise and the love. Got to think what Colorado's been able to do, or what the Prime effect has been able to do. Wasn't nobody tuning in for Oregon.
No.
When's the last time you watch college football? Say, oh man, I can't wait to watch Oregon play. I can't wait to see what uniform they. No. That's all it is.
Right.
It's basically, you know what, y'all having too much fun right now. Let's take our shots. But like Prime said, take them right now while you can. Take advantage of it.
I think Coach said it best. He says, my confidence impacts your insecurities. So that's the crux. That's the crux of it.
I've always said, when it comes to players like Prime, myself, and others that were very boisterous and flamboyant and expressed themselves in other ways that other people didn't see fit, or people for that matter didn't see fit, is I always told people I was never confident. I was convinced. There's a difference, because I already put the work in. Because if I didn't put the work in, I wouldn't be doing no talking. So I'm talking for a reason. So what if I'm talking, that lets you know I already did.
And I know what I'm talking about.
And I know what I'm talking about. So I'm not confident. I'm not cocky. I'm not arrogant. I'm not confident. I'm convinced. There's a huge difference.
Look, nobody's shocked. Everybody knew top to bottom, Oregon had the better roster. And Coach Prime on First Take said, I need 7-8 more dogs. He says I'm 7-8 dogs away. Now he probably gonna get 12. He probably gonna get 10 to 15 of them dogs.
Yeah, maybe
recruiting
20.
Recruiting is the name of the game.
Yeah,
and Coach Prime is great. Is great at being able to go into someone's home and tell them and talk to them and to appeal.
Right, with the truth. With the truth.
Hey,
not the lie, not the lie to get you to come to the school.
Play. If you're good enough, you're gonna play.
Who don't want to come play for Prime? You already know, man. You already know what time it is.
Yeah. Yes. We're out of time for tonight. Thank you for joining Nightcap. I'm your favorite uncle, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85 going into the Ring of Honor, Cincinnati. Check him out tomorrow night. Chad, Ochocinco.
I got a question. This is a good one. Wait, we can't end. Now that I'm thinking about it. So this might be the next step, or this might be a next step. If I'm going into the Ring of Honor and getting a jacket for the accolades and what I've done for the organization in Cincinnati, well, how about a gold jacket? What you think? What you think?
I mean, you gonna sell real estate? I know Connor, Century 21 give out gold jackets.
Nah, I'm saying, what you think?
You talking about Canton? You talking about going down the road to Canton?
Yeah, because I'm thinking about, if you talk about my era receivers, right? Can you talk about my era receivers without mentioning me?
How many Pro Bowls you got, Ocho? How many Pro Bowls you got? 5?
7. 3-time All-Pro. 11,000. 67 TDs. Answer the question for me. Wait, listen to me. Listen to me real quick. Listen to me real quick.
Yes.
Outside of stats alone, the impact I had on the game and transitioning it in a certain way, in an entertaining motherfucking way, way beyond stats, can't even fulfill that. Yeah, talk to me now.
You were very entertaining, Ocho, but unfortunately, I don't believe your stats are going to be.
They're not good enough.
They're not going to be good enough to get.
Can I have a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
There are many people that are in the hall that play receiver, and my stats are way better than theirs.
I think the thing.
So let me see it. Wait. How you gonna move the goalpost? Move the goalpost.
No, but here's the thing. If you I know some of those guys that are in the 70s was catching 30 and 40 balls a season. But in your era, so now I got to compare you. Look at the guys. What are their numbers in the era in which you played? So you look at a guy like T.O. was in your era. T.O. had 150.
He is the best.
Okay, Marvin Harrison.
Okay,
I'm just telling those. That's what you
keep
got.
Going.
But I look off the top of my head.
You still can't listen. You can't talk when you talk about the best receivers of my era. You can't even tell the story without me being a part of it. You can't.
Ocho.
You just can't.
Ocho.
You can't.
I think you're very entertaining. I am listening.
Forget the entertaining part. I did what I was supposed to do on the field too.
Ocho, your numbers are not gonna. Your numbers are gonna be insufficient as far as getting you into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Guess what? That's why I made my own jacket. And I don't care. That's why I made my own jacket. I ain't got time.
Man, look here. Enjoy tomorrow night. It's a very
am.
special occasion. Your family's gonna love it. You'll never forget that moment because that's the team saying, you know what? We appreciate everything, the way you carried yourself on and off the field. We appreciate everything that you've done. Job well done, Ochocinco.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Wait, we back tomorrow, right?
We back tomorrow.
Yeah, because tomorrow we stayed a little serious the entire time. Tomorrow we gonna get jiggy.
Okay.